The nuclear standoff is heating up again. That's right, and this time the message from Tehran is loud, direct, impossible to ignore again. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian has delivered a fiery warning to none other than Donald Trump and Washington's military establishment too. Not through whispers, not through back-channel diplomacy, but through a bold, public declaration that signals that the standoff is kinda entering a far more dangerous phase. Iran is drawing a red line. President Pezeshkian, he says that Iran will not bend to pressure from the US. He insists that his country is not secretly building the nuclear weapons. Instead, he claims Iran is ready to open its facilities for inspection, ready for monitoring and ready for any sort of transparency. But here's the catch. Iran says trust has been destroyed. And according to Tehran, that damage was caused by Washington and its European allies. Well, the words were sharp and they were loaded with history. Pezeshkian accused Western nations of building what he described as a massive wall of suspicion around Iran. A wall that has blocked diplomacy, a wall that has turned negotiation into confrontation, and a wall that, according to Iran, makes peaceful solutions almost impossible for them. And now Tehran says that it has had enough. But here's where the warning gets more serious. The Iranian president made it crystal clear that threats from the US will not scare his country with surrender. Instead, he issued a chilling warning. If Washington chooses military action, if American forces strike Iranian territory, Iran claims that it is fully prepared to respond and respond hard. Reports suggest that Iran has warned that it could target US military bases across the region if war erupts. Bases that stretch from Persian Gulf to the Middle East, in fact, to strategic naval locations. And this matters. Why? Because tensions between Iran and the US, they are already hanging by a thread here. Military ships are moving, bombers are being positioned, and nuclear talks remain fragile, uncertain, and filled with suspicion. Every statement, every warning, every military moment is now being watched by global powers. However, Iran is trying to balance two messages at the very same time. On one side, Tehran is projecting strength, showing that it is ready for any confrontation if pushed. And on the other hand, Iran says that it wants more negotiations. Pezeshkian stresses that Iran is not looking for war. He says that the country wants respect, fairness, equal treatment at negotiation table. According to him, Iran wants dialogue built on dignity and not pressure. But the trust deficit, it remains massive. Iran believes that previous agreements collapsed because Western countries did not keep their commitment. And in the meantime, the US and its allies, they remain deeply suspicious about Iran's nuclear intentions. And this mutual distrust is turning diplomacy into a fragile game where one wrong move, it could trigger a regional exploration. The biggest fear? If talks fail, the consequences would not remain limited to Iran or even to the US. Well, any direct clash would pull in Israel. It can shake Gulf nations, it can disrupt the global oil routes, and it can disturb the economies as well. It could push the entire Middle East dangerously close to another large-scale conflict.